nobody serenades you but me, Bats. Take it away, boys. Take me on home to the asylum. Never alone in the asylum. Anarchy ruled, it was wild, but through it all you never smiled. Joke's on you, I'm in your head, so look who's laughing now. Remember in Arkham City, I killed your girl, so pretty. That was the night you let me die. But when I looked you in the eye, that's when I knew we'd be together. Look who's laughing now. I'm stuck in your head and I'm laughing. Ah! I feel you with dread and I can't stop laughing. Your parents are dead and I can't stop laughing. What else can I do? Now I'm part of you. I am the clown, prince of crime. And we've had a hell of a time. You're part of me, I'm part of you. And now there's nothing left to do. I just can't wait till I'm in control. Who'll be laughing then? I drove you round the bend and I'm laughing. I'm with you till the end and I can't stop laughing. I killed all your friends and I can't stop laughing. Oh yeah, I think I can taste your fear. Now that my time is near, I'm in your blood, I'm so alive. I only wish you'd let me drive. It won't be long till I make you kill. Who'll be laughing then? Barbara's dead and I'm laughing. Ah! Jason Todd's dead and I can't stop laughing. I'm even dead and I can't stop laughing. What else can I do? Now I'm part of you. I drove you round the bend and I'm laughing. I'm with you till the end and I can't stop laughing. I killed all your friends and I can't stop laughing. I'm cock-a-doodle-doo. All because of you. I'm stuck in your head and I'm laughing. Ah, I fill you with dread and I can't stop laughing. Your parents are dead and I can't stop laughing. I'm stuck in your head and I'm laughing. I filled you with dread and I can't stop laughing. Your parents are dead and I can't stop laughing. What else can I do? Now I'm part of you. There's nothing like a comeback, is there, Matt? Let's go again.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Welcome. I'm glad to have you. Hopefully you're having a good day. I know I'm having a good day. And hopefully the rest of your day is going to be a good day. You know? Hopefully. The hair's a little crazy today. It sneaks up on me, man. I'm feeling fine and I feel like I don't need to get a haircut. I've got like 2 weeks to go. And then it comes out of nowhere and I look like a sheep. It's a problem, but you know what? We're here for it. Texas Red, happy birthday, my friend. 21. Go get a drink. I would say on me, but I don't have any way to send you money for that. Quit cutting it, Dawson. I've had people tell me that I should grow my hair out and look like Jesus. I don't know. I have like thick hair, so I don't think it would look like I would have to go through that whole emo phase where it's kind of like an afro. So what are you gonna do? I don't think I have the patience or the stamina to push through that awkward phase, because that awkward phase is like 6 months long. And I don't wear beanies or hats like most people. My buddy Corey grew his hair out really long, and then my brother Jacob at one point grew his hair out down to like his shoulders, and it looked good once he got it that long. But he wears beanies, so he was able to put the beanie on and cover up that awkward phase when it's like ear length or like chin or jaw length. I don't wear hats like that, so I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could manage it. How's everybody doing? We are going to do a quick little stream just as a warning. This is going to go for about an hour. I can't like get distracted and go longer than that. I have a meeting after this. Basically, I either am getting a review code for God of War Ragnarok around 11:30, so like in an hour and a half, or I'm not getting one. If I had to put money on it, I would say it's like a 95% chance I do get it at 11:30. But what that means is that I will be in crunch mode trying to get that done in time. So, we will see. Basically, if I come back onto stream and like I'm back at noon and I'm streaming again, you'll know that I didn't get it, and I'll be really sad. But it should be good. It should be good. We'll go for about an hour. We've got some new stuff. I'm gonna open up a package I got that's gonna be kind of fun, and we're going to just kind of hang out and chill and vibe. I'm vibing. You know, it's gonna be good. Oh, they have the drums. Oh yeah. The one issue is that if I get the code today at like 11:30, there is no physical way. There's literally not enough time for me to finish the entire game before the review embargo lifts tomorrow. Which means the extent of what I can put out tomorrow is like a work in progress, and then I can do like a full review or like a mini critique or something closer to launch. Because the weird thing is, usually reviews drop the day before launch. Reviews drop tomorrow and the game launches on the 9th, so I still have an entire weekend, so I can still put the review out like a day before. Not a huge deal. I just missed that initial wave, right? But I have a meeting with some people today to figure out what works and what doesn't. Yeah, Diego, it kind of lifts the pressure, because now I'm like, okay, I'm not going to hit the embargo date. Okay. Oh, I can enjoy the game. I can take my time. Some games I have to crunch like crazy, and it kind of spoils the fun if we're being real. Like a little bit. Because most people don't play a game where they're like, okay, for the next 36 hours, I have to play 32 hours of a video game. You know? It's not, it kind of spoils the fun in that case. Doing impressions and then a full review. Yeah, there's a little minutia because there's a bunch of restrictions in the review embargo requirements, but we're gonna figure that out today. Um, Nadia went 2-15 on Modern Warfare 2. Really? That's a little funny. They're gonna release hacks, and the hacks are gonna be good, and you know, people are gonna start cheating again. But I'm sure at launch, people who, let's say, get some assistance are gonna be a little careful. Is it worth the trouble? I don't know yet, Herobrine. We're gonna find out. I need the loot glasses. These are cheap. These are the cheap Zenny glasses. So these things are like $30. My nice glasses are the ones with like the black frame and the clear under thing. Those are stupid nice glasses. Those things are from New York, from Moscot, the same company that makes Jeff Goldblum's glasses. They're very, very nice. And like Johnny Depp, he only buys his glasses from that company. They're very nice, but yeah, if you guys like these more, then great. I would rather pay $30 than what I did for the other thing. Do you think God of War will beat Elden Ring for Game of the Year? Honestly, I would expect at Game Awards, probably. Elden Ring's going to win it from a number of publications and a number of companies. I think it's going to come down to the same thing like Red Dead versus God of War in 2018. It's going to be, for a lot of places, 50-50. But what I've noticed is that in the past, narrative games tend to beat out gameplay-oriented games when they're going head-to-head for awards. Not saying that that's right or that's what it should be, but that's just what I've noticed. It tends to be the case that narrative games beat out non-narrative games in awards. They just do. And I think it's because they have usually a more impactful, like, emotional impact on people. So, like, a game that emotionally hits you hard will stick with you longer, and you'll be more motivated to vote for that for awards than a game that hits you really hard in terms of fun and engagement, you know. Not to say you can't have an emotional response to something like Elden Ring. I had many tears going, not for fun or sadness, but out of frustration when playing Elden Ring. But it's still like, I've just noticed that that's the case. I think God of War will take it. Which one between Red Dead and God of War? God of War, yeah. Speaking of Elden Ring, I'm going to put my lemon pepper chicken aside for a brief moment. I want to show you something. I wanted this at launch. I couldn't get it. It was sold out everywhere. And then I found somebody who, I know I mentioned this the other day on stream, that I thought this was how most people's, you know, listings like this happened. She bought this thing as a gift for her boyfriend, is my understanding. And then something happened and they broke up. So she never gave it to him. And as a result, it was sitting in a closet. Realized she still had it and was like, oh yeah. So threw it up on eBay and I grabbed it very, very quickly. And I'm excited because it looks pristine. It looks freaking pristine. Elden Ring Collector's Edition. Still sealed from the factory. This is the one with the Millennia statue. The art book, the steel book. Who gives a crap about the steel book? Let's be real. And then a digital soundtrack. So it's like a code, I guess. So it's a pretty small collector's edition, but my primary interest is in this statuette and in the art book. That's my main concern. So we're gonna open it. I thought about maybe I should just hold on to this and never open it, but I was like, I think it's worth more to me opened and in use, like in the studio, decorating the studio, than if I just kept it. And I don't want to resell this stuff, so like, who cares? You know, maybe I'm a bad collector, but I'd rather actually see what this is like. And you know, who knows, maybe you'll get a little, I don't know, pleasure is a strong word. Maybe you'll find this, you know, somewhat interesting. So they have seals on the top and bottom. which just hold the outer shell to the body. The one issue is that there's a little scuff right there where the cardboard has been tucked up into it and tore a little bit, but not bad. Then the shell comes off. And then we have the box. Now, if you watched the video I did on Hogwarts Legacy, you'll know that the box is actually a major part of the collector's edition. Not because they had so little to offer that they just decided to call the box part of it, but because it's actually really cool. You see, it's made of cardboard. Anyway, inside the cardboard box is another cardboard box. Oh, Jesus. I can't. Okay. Okay, top box is this. Interesting. We'll open that in a second. Come on, you. And then a protective cardboard thing. Again, if you love cardboard, you're gonna love this. You won't have enough. Let me make sure that's the last thing in it. Yeah. Okay. Then we undress it. Okay. I'm going to save this piece. We're going to do this piece first. Hold on. Because, I mean, we know what's in here. I'm gonna wait just a moment. You're going to have to wait just a moment. So this little box, is it magnetically sealed? It is. So the flap opens. Oh. Wow. Come on. They need to do the Apple thing where they have like the little notch that you pull up on. So it's a hardcover art book. And I guess I can swap to that camera. You might be able to see it a little better. And it's all the concept art from the development of the game. Undress the book, yes. Yes. Please don't say the word undress. Too late. Oh, this is cool. That's a cool picture right there. Look at that. That's cool. That's cool. So, a nice art book. Hardcover, which I really appreciate. Glossy finish. I just like that kind of thing. A steel book, which as we all know, steel books are totally useless nowadays because most games don't come with discs, even when you order the collector's edition. Enter the code, collector exclusive digital. Okay, real quick, anybody who wants it, first come, first serve. Here is the, come on, focus. Digital soundtrack, OST, free download if you want it. I don't know if you want it, but go for it. Take it. You can pause the video if you want. So a steelbook, that's nice. On the inside of the steelbook, they have the picture of the great tree, and they also include, of course, a PS5 copy of the game. Let's see if it actually. I don't have long fingernails. One of my pet peeves are guys with long fingernails. So I always try to keep my fingernails relatively trimmed, but it means I can't ever open anything. I just had a knife. Where did I put the knife? Okay. It sounds like it has an actual disc. It does! So, this steelbook is not a total waste. We can actually put the game into the steelbook case. Voila. Nice. Love it. Love it. Live it. Okay. So I'll just cram that back in there for now, including the art book. Safe and sound. And there's plastic. Who cares? Okay, this will go over there, and then let's see the statue. Okay, the statue. This is this is a cooler box for a statue than I've seen in a long time. It folds open. And then, of course, it's completely coated in plastic to protect it. But we can take that out. Little silicone packs. Then the blade. And then that will go into her hand. Is there no hilt? I don't see one. Does she really just hold the blade? Is that really what it is? I guess I thought there was like a handle, but no, she just holds the blade. But look at that. Look at that beauty. She is a looker. The detail work is really, really nice. I mean, it looks mass produced. It's certainly not hand painted, but it's a nice statuette. God, I hate that woman. Yeah, for real. How much or how pricey is this? Depends on where you get it. Like, if you can find it on eBay from the right person who's upset at their ex-boyfriend, you can get it for like $150 when it originally was like $350. Other people try to flip them and sell them for like $500. I think that's far too much. But yeah, this is just a cool case. Like, I don't think she'll fit with the sword though. Well, that's cool. The chains actually dangle. That's cool. I mean, it's plastic, so what did you expect? But if you wanted to keep this on your shelf like this, it's an actual kind of vignette of, you know, reminiscent of the first trailer they revealed. So that's kind of cool. I probably am just putting her in the display case. So I probably won't use the box, but it's a very cool box, nonetheless. So yeah, all told, like pretty nice little addition to the collection. Nice little addition. And there it is. There it is. Thoughts? Should I? What is this? Assassin's Creed Black Flag Buccaneers Edition statue, Edward Kenway. Dude, I would buy that. I'd buy the crap out of that. For me, though, the shipping is probably like 5 times more than the actual item. Otherwise, I'd probably buy it out for me right now. But that thing is beautiful. Yeah, I would jump on that for sure. Thomas Mullins, thank you. $2 candy snack or gas station pizza for a road snack. Oh, dude, gas station pizza. I know I'm gonna get some flack for this. I love me some quick like 7-Eleven gas station pizza. It comes in the little triangular box. Dude, I'll go for that any day. I don't care what anyone says. Gas station pizza's banging. Or you can get the gas station taquitos. Those things are also pretty good. That was a nice undress of the Elden Ring Collector's Edition. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad, Tanda. I agree. It's a nice little addition to the collection. It's a fun thing. And like I said, I wanted it at launch, but I just could not find it. It was sold out everywhere. Weird channel. Americans are so weird. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry you don't appreciate the fine art of gas station cuisine, but... Have you reacted to Atomic Heart's release date trailer? Curious what your thoughts are. Didn't see any taquitos. Oh, bummer. Let me see if that's on the dock. Yeah, it is. So we'll talk about that. We'll blast through it. We got 45 minutes till I have to go. So let's blast through a couple of these things. We knocked out that. Okay, let's talk about these kind of one by one. I'm just going to open all these. We have a handful of things to address. So I don't really have time for additional topics, but we will tackle this one by one and blast through it. If we have extra time at the end of it, we'll do it. John, allegedly, it will come at 11:30. So in like an hour and 15 minutes. So, allegedly. Basically, I'll get off stream, and if I'm back at noon, I didn't get it. If I don't come back and start streaming at noon, it's because I did get it, and I'm frantically trying to get everything installed. So that's why. That'll be the little indicator. Okay. I tweeted out about this, and I think we should address it just because I think it's important. Sony's new PlayStation Plus subscriptions. Mother trucker, I got the wrong input on. Hold on. Give me a second. Jacob will redo the intro. Hold on. Give me a chance to bite my chicken. Today we're having a lemon pepper chicken breast on a bed of rice and carrots and peas with a cream fraiche sauce and broccoli and carrots with salt and pepper. It has a very calming and tasty afterbirth, you know? I think that was The Office. I heard somebody call the like aftertaste afterbirth, and I find it so funny. Okay. My wife does not find it funny. She does not think it's funny, but I do. Okay. Here we go. Oh yes, Imperium. I'm sorry. Here. Can I do it here? Yeah, there. Boom. Thank you, Imperium. Rocky Imperium's gonna help you out. Okay. Now we can do it. Okay. So we talked about this before. I tweeted it out. It's important, so let's address it real quick. Sony's new PlayStation Plus subscriptions are off to a rocky start. More than anything, they're kind of flopping a little bit. So the number of people subscribing to Sony's PlayStation Plus fell from 47.3 million to 45.4 million this quarter. The company announced in its earnings call last week. It's subscription service's third quarterly decline in a row, and comes despite Sony launching a revamped subscription lineup between May and June this year, including new tiers that offer inclusive access to hundreds of games to download and stream. So bear in mind, this is the latest, this is the first full quarter that they've been tracking these numbers since they revamped all of those tiers with the 3 tiers where it's $10 or $25 or whatever it is. And since they redid that, their numbers have dropped by 2 million subscribers. Now, to be fair, Game Pass is still rocking and rolling, but Game Pass growth has also stagnated a little bit. But Game Pass growth stagnated. It didn't shrink. It didn't go negative. They aren't losing subs. So what this tells a lot of people is that, for one, gamers just frankly don't see the value in the service. And I mean, if we pull it up, I can, where's the button? I can pull this up. Let's just pull up PlayStation Plus Explained. Okay. Check out the all new PS Plus. This is how it works now. So they have Premium, Extra, and Essential. Essential, 1 month is $9.99. You get monthly games, monthly free games. They're usually games you've already played, so I don't think that this is a huge benefit. Occasionally it's useful, and occasionally you get a fun one that you would you wanted to play, but 95% of the time it's a game that nobody wanted anyways. And then you get online multiplayer. So if you're playing online, you have to do this. Most people have this because they have to. And then exclusive discounts. Okay. So they discount stuff in the store, but you're paying for a discount. That just feels weird. It also includes cloud storage, which allows you to do cloud saves across consoles. The PlayStation Plus collection. So again, the biggest games that have released in the last 10, 15 years, you get access to. The reason they offer these is because there's a 95% likelihood that you've already played them. I'm being honest. That's how it works. It's like The Last of Us. the original, not The Last of Us Part 2. That's not included. You know, and it's games that, like, if you wanted to go get used at GameStop or somewhere, or Game if you're in the UK, it would be like $5. Like Bloodborne is like $5 at GameStop right now. There's so many copies of it out there. Even in like at Best Buy or Amazon, you can get it regularly for like $10. So it's not that big of a value. Exclusive content, that basically just means that like they'll pay Activision to give them special treatment, like the ability to turn off crossplay, you know, stuff like that. Share play, which I've never met anybody that uses. And then game help, which again is like a nice marketing trick, but I've never seen anybody use game help unironically. So there's that. Extra is, I don't know why it's listed at 0. Oh, it's a free trial. It's listed as $0. It's like, what? No wonder they're losing money. No, it's a free trial, then it's 15. So this was 10. This is 15. And this includes all of the stuff that we just described, in addition to the game catalog and Ubisoft Plus classics, which are like, you know, some of the big Ubisoft games. But it doesn't include the latest Ubisoft games on release date. And then game catalog, again, more games, but again, it's mostly a selection of games people already own. And then premium, which is $18 a month. Enjoy all of the core PlayStation Plus benefits, plus hundreds of games in the game catalog, as well as exclusive benefits like game trials, cloud streaming, and the classics catalog. I still to this day don't know if there's been any major release that's used the game trial. Do you guys know of anything? I don't. Like, if they did a thing where God of War Ragnarok, yeah, you could try it for an hour or 2 hours for free and then decide if you want to buy it. That would be cool. I don't know if they're going to do that, but that would be kind of cool. Again, it feels stupid that you have to pay almost $20 a month for it. Horizon Forbidden West had a free trial. Okay. That's good, because that game definitely within the first hour or two is probably going to sink or swim for you. So that's good. Cyberpunk did. Cyberpunk needed it for real. But again, like, that doesn't seem like something you should pay for. It seems like something that individual games should be able to opt in for if they want to win over the customers. But what do I know? Cloud streaming. This I've used, I think, twice. It was when I did the I tried Death Stranding video. I didn't have it installed, and there's like a bug where I bought the game digitally, but I originally played the game on physical, like a physical disc on my PS4 Pro. So now that I've gone over to PlayStation 5, this PS5 is a discless PS5. So I can't actually play my original copy of the game because it requires a disc. But when I try to play the digital version of the game, at least at the time, it would glitch out and wouldn't let me do anything with it. I was just stuck. So the only way I could play it was cloud streaming because it was bugged out, which is a huge oversight. Hopefully they fixed it by now, but it was a big problem. So I've used it a couple times. It runs pretty well. You know, I don't think it's better than, like, I think GeForce Now is probably the best in terms of quality. I think xCloud is the best in terms of practical use. And so, like, PlayStation, it can be useful, but the big issue I think with all of these is that there's very little perk present here, very few perks present here for the diehard PlayStation fan beyond just getting access to online games. The diehard PlayStation fan already owns almost all of the major games that are going to be on here, and so they aren't, like, it's not really a selling point for them to be like, oh yeah, no, you'll get a game trial. They're like, well, I was going to buy it anyways. Cloud streaming. Okay, so I can play the games that I could just download in worse quality. Okay. You know, there's not a whole lot that pulls you in, especially because most of these features are the ones most people care about. So it doesn't shock me. Like, it really is a markedly worse value proposition than I think Xbox is able to provide. And that's the thing, you know, everybody can be like, I said when I tweeted it out, somebody was like, well, it's not meant to be Game Pass. It's meant to be their own thing. I'm like, I think that's part of the problem, because people compare it to Game Pass, and when your average consumer is looking at it, they're considering whether or not one offers more value than the other. And honestly, if I were in high school and I was looking at things to do, hell yeah, I would go and buy an Xbox Series X and Game Pass. It's just a better value. It just is. Yeah, I'll miss out on PlayStation exclusives for now, but oh no, I missed out on one game a year. I'll spend that year saving up for a PS5. You know? So it's just complicated, and I don't think there's a lot of value. So I'm not surprised that it's losing subs and that people are not sold on it, because it's overly complicated. The value proposition doesn't seem to be clear cut, and Microsoft is just offering something better. So those are my thoughts. Not a shocker, but hopefully they revamp it. And I think the easiest way to revamp this is to bring their major releases to the service day one. Or even when they bring it over to PC like 6 months or a year later. Just do something like that. Like, all you have to do. Imagine if they announced God of War Ragnarok launches on PlayStation Plus, whatever extra or whatever the premium tier is. On day one, you don't have to pay $70 for it. If you're a member of that subscription service, you get it day one for free. No extra charge, at least. Instantly, they would have record signups. Honestly, they might make more money. Okay, probably not, because most PlayStation players are going to be buying it at full price, so who cares? But, you know, that's kind of what they have to do in order to start winning people over, because that's what Microsoft's doing, bringing these games day one to Game Pass. And, you know, I'm actually kind of happy that it's performing worse than they expected, because one of my frustrations with PlayStation has been that they do stupid stuff and people just make excuses and allow them to get away with it. And so long as that happens, they won't improve. Once they start getting called out by their fans, they'll change it up. And also, like, once it starts affecting their bottom line, they will change. But until then, they have no reason to. And this could be the impetus to be like, okay, well, we got to figure out something better, because our customers clearly don't like what we're offering here. So we'll see. Leftist, good to see you, my friend. I'm doing good, rocking and rolling. How's Star Citizen Offline? Honestly, it's pretty fun. I'm having a good time with it. I ran into, I think it was a bug, but basically I crashed my C2 on landing. Oops. And I did the thing where I went back, I claimed the insurance. I paid to expedite it, so there was like 6-7 minutes left on it. So I ran around, I collected some packages to load up into the cargo hold. And then when I came back, it was down at like 20 seconds, and it was counting down further and further and further. And so I just kind of sat there. I checked my phone and, you know, whatever, waited the 20 seconds. And then when I clicked on it again to retrieve the vehicle, it said claim again. It didn't say retrieve. So I was like, what? So I hit what should be claim, or what should be retrieved, but it was claim again, and then the timer started over again. And I was kind of, oh, screw off. Like, I just sat here and waited, like, dinked around for 7 minutes. Should have been 22 before I expedited it. It just felt bad. You know, it just didn't feel good. So I am having a decent time with it. I do want to try it maybe off stream with either some people from chat or some friends, and see what it's like, not in a streamer role, but just playing with friends, basically. So, watching this while I cook shepherd's pie. Oh, you show off. I love me some shepherd's pie. This lemon pepper chicken, though, not too shabby. It's getting cold because I'm procrastinating. Okay. This next little story, I don't want to like go through the minutia of specifically what's on it, but I found a couple things in it that were interesting that I wanted to address just because I find them cool. Okay. Alexa, thank you. Very generous. $9.99. Thank you, my friend.
According to
Alexa, stop.
Alexa Johnson donated
Alexa, stop.
$9.99 through Super Chat. Found your content a
Didn't even
month
think
ago
about
and I
that.
put on your streams on while I draw or work. I work third so I can never catch M live, but thought I'd send my support since I happen to be up. Have a good day.
Thank you. Very, very nice of you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm glad I could be of some assistance while you work. And depending on where you live, working thirds, yeah, that can be tough. I do want to say, like, next year we're looking at expanding the streaming schedule, and one of our hopes is that we can basically expand the schedule out. And what I want to do is eventually get to the point where we are streaming 5 days a week. And one of the things that we'll do to facilitate that is like, say right now we don't stream on Tuesdays. So on Tuesdays, instead of streaming from what's my time, 10 to 2, we'd stream from like 2 to 6. So we go later. And then maybe Thursday, when we don't currently stream, maybe we stream from like, I don't know, 5 to 9 p.m. So it's, we stream even later for people that might find that interesting. So I think it'll be fun. We'll try to shake it up like that. Yes, Rocky, we do. I was just figuring out some scheduling stuff. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll post a thing where mods can see or say when they're available, and we can pick a time and have a call to figure stuff out. Okay, anyway. But with this, like I said, there's some stuff in here that I found a little interesting. More than anything, it's when he talks about the scale of the games. He says, like, of course, Assassin's Creed games are huge nowadays. It's not as simple as just a small release, like the original game. Pretty linear, straightforward. Now they're massive games. So to work on it in any capacity is a bit of an undertaking. But one of the things he said, the most recent game, Valhalla, was built by 16 different teams within Ubisoft. That's ridiculous. Like, it's like people gave Todd Howard, praise be, tons of crap. Because he said when Fallout 4 was launching, he said, oh, there's a bunch of stuff in the game I've never seen, and I probably never will see it. And he meant it as like, the game is huge. Yeah, there's stuff the game director, I haven't even seen. People are like, oh, see, no wonder the game was bad. He doesn't even know what's in it. He's not even paying attention. No, it's that these games are so massive. Even somebody working on the game 8 hours a day for 5 years isn't going to see everything that they have to offer. That's how big these games are. Same with Valhalla. But Valhalla, I think, is even bigger than Fallout 4 in most respects. Even dialogue, I would guess it's probably bigger. But it's just, it's not as simple as just, oh, we'll pay attention and know what's in your game. Like, no, it's not physically possible. These games are ridiculously big. But it makes you really appreciate when games that scale are so good, because it's all about the direction and the infrastructure. It's what's really amazing about like Rockstar. How do you make a video game that's developed by thousands of people and make it coherent and fun? How does that even begin to happen? And it's because they have it figured out. And I think that's part of the reason they don't tend to shake it up a lot, because all of the all of the developers on the team know what a good Rockstar game is like. They know what like made GTA 5 click. They know what made GTA 4 click. They know what makes the Red Dead games click. So the members of the team, when they go to make the next one, they just follow in line and do more of that because they know it works. And everybody can kind of rest assured that the other guy is doing the same kind of thing. And that's part of the reason it works, I think. And it's part of the reason why when big studios try to do something big and crazy that's very different, it doesn't always work out super well. #cyberpunk, because it's hard to coordinate. But it really makes you appreciate just how massive these games are. I will say I lasted longer on Valhalla's main plot than Fallout 4. I legit forgot about the main plot of Fallout 4 after like 2 to 3 hours. Honestly, unironically, that's the best way to play the game, is to ignore the main story, because it's nonsensical. And I've talked about it before too. One of the issues, I think, with Fallout 4 and a lot of games recently is that they ask you to like they give you the plot point of the main story, and that plot would, if you took it seriously, it would cause you to ignore everything else, right? You don't do anything else except the main story. But you don't, like, the game is built around doing all this other stuff, you know? And it was the same issue I had with Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk, one of the best things about it is the side content. The problem is the main story, if you're taking it seriously and actually role-playing, because, you know, it's a role-playing game, then you run into issues because the main story would task you with just going through, blasting through the main story, trying to find a way to save your own life. But the way that you're going to have the most fun is if you ignore that and then just dink around and do random side content. Even though, according to the main story, this is super pressing and you're like totally dying. So it just doesn't work. And same with Fallout 4. Oh no, your son he's been kidnapped. You need to find him. Your infant son. Okay. Well, I'm going to spend 30 hours building my base with a bunch of scrap wood that I found. It doesn't make sense. But that's how you have to play it in order to have actual fun, you know. Witcher 3, yes, to a certain extent, but they did a better job with that game where they will tell you, like, okay, we're waiting for news from X, Y, and Z. And certainly the first few hours, like maybe the first 8 hours of The Witcher 3, you are expected to kind of clip along and carry forward really quickly. But then it hits a point once you've like found Ciri and Yennefer, of course, where they have plot points where it's built around you completing other content on the side. Like even just something like with Skellige, you have to reach, I think it's level 16 to move to Skellige and to head over there. So for that, you got to complete a bunch of side stuff. So they force you to go and do side stuff that's really good and really engaging in order to reach that threshold. So they do a better job of it, I think, than Cyberpunk does, but it's all kind of beside the point. Anyways, makes you appreciate how big these games are. This was really funny. This is just funny. A bunch of tech CEOs are kind of bashing Zuckerberg because he's making all of these bets on the metaverse, even though nobody could really explain what the metaverse is. And include one of the guys that you know is very wealthy, involved in tech, and offered his thoughts on the metaverse was Phil Spencer. He said, quote, "Today it's a poorly built video game. Building a metaverse that's like a living room is not how I want to spend my time. What I see in the metaverse world is that we're at the very, very early stage and this will evolve." It's absolutely true. Like, part of the issue is that nobody really can explain what this is supposed to be. Nobody really, like, if you ask somebody, what's the metaverse? They have no idea. They have no idea. And they have no idea because I don't think even the creators currently know what it is. The idea is basically that the internet currently in its present form is something relegated to devices and to a willing engagement on your part. You have to decide, oh, I'm going to check something on the internet to do this, that, or the other. Or I'm going to use the internet for communication. I'm going to make a FaceTime call or something. And the idea behind the metaverse is that it all melds together. So like your glasses have a display inside them that can tell you, like you say, okay, honey, I'm going to go to the store. I'll be back in a bit. And she's like, okay, see you later. And then your glasses can display the directions on the road in augmented reality to the place you're going, just having picked that up. And then you can head over there. And then to pay for your food, you just kind of do like the Detroit Become Human thing where you press something on the side of your glasses and it can like display a QR code that the reader can read, and then it pays for it with that. It's meant to just kind of meld everything together. So it just becomes an extremely fluid experience. Instead of, oh yeah, I like now you can do each one of those things, but it's a separate experience. It's a separate segmented thing where, okay, I want directions. I'm going to pull up my phone and I'll do it there. Or on my watch, I'll do it there. Or, oh, I want to pay for my food without using my actual wallet and cards. Okay, well, I've got my Apple Wallet. I'll pay for it there. But it's all separated out. And I think they will reach a point where it's all melded together, and that's what the metaverse will actually be. But I think the issue with what Zuckerberg is trying to do is that he's trying currently to pitch it as like VR headsets. And people just don't find the idea of going to work and putting on VR headsets to be very compelling. and I don't blame him. Like, it's weird. It's a weird thing. But we'll see. I mean, it's in the early stages for sure. And honestly, I think one of the biggest and riskiest bets you could make on Wall Street right now is to put a ton of money onto Meta, because Meta is spending more money developing AI and developing server infrastructure and stuff for metaverse things than any other company in the world that I can find. And as a result, their stock has plunged 71% since the beginning of this year. So what that means is if they end up succeeding and pulling something off, right now is like the best time to buy Meta and Facebook, probably in the history of the company, because you're at the cusp of a huge growth spike. But they could also just burn through all their cash and explode and go to zero. Who knows? But that's one of the biggest bets you could make for sure. Like highest risk, highest reward if it pays off. It's basically like gambling, you know, straight up gambling. Okay. So if you let's move on to the next story. We got 15 minutes, 18 minutes. Next little tidbit. If you were not already sick and tired of Kojima talking about things that don't really make sense, but acting as though he's a savant, then buckle up. We're about to head into a new wave. Yongya, I'm sure, is quite stimulated at this moment. Basically, what he said is that one of his new games is, quote, almost like a new medium. If you remember, this is very similar to what he said about Death Stranding, where he said it was basically like a new genre entirely. Turns out that genre was UPS delivery. Who knew that we needed it? But who knows? Apparently, it's a new medium. I don't know. It's almost like a new medium, he said, quote, if this succeeds, it will turn things around, not just in the game industry, but in the movie industry as well. I don't know what that even means. So reiterating that's completely fresh technology and a new concept, Kojima said that he'd perhaps have a more commercial success if he wasn't the first person to create new things, as usually the second or third person to attempt something is the one who can make it work in an everyday setting. Quote, for the first person, everything is hard, but I want to be the first. I want to keep being the first. Okay. Like the whole idea of strand games has been around, I think, like since, honestly, even Dark Souls did it with the like messages on the floor where community members could tell you like, hey, go up over here, or secrets beyond, and then you knock down the invisible wall and stuff like that. It's basically a strand game. That was the idea behind it, is that players help each other. Real novel concept, dude. Like, again, I like me some Death Stranding. I play it casually on rainy days or while I'm taking a dump, but I'm not going to pretend as though it's some breathtakingly amazing new idea, because it's not, you know? He's very egotistical. Well, just this statement alone is just a little cringe, if I'm being real. It's a little cringe. Just a little bit cringe. Because he's like, I want to be the first. I will make this sacrifice for you. I'm willing to do this for you, everybody. You don't need to thank me. You don't need to thank me. I just want to say thank you to myself because I'm so great. It's just kind of cringy, you know, but whatever. If it floats its boat, whatever. It's a completely new game. Ooh, groovy. Oh, thank you, Hugo. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you. Thank you for the 49 MX. I'm assuming Mexican peso, maybe? MX, maybe? I think, maybe. Greetings from Mexico. Awesome channel. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank you. So he said, it's a completely new game that no one has ever experienced or seen before. I've waited very long for the day when I could finally start to create it. So apparently it's using some new tech that he has been waiting on for a long time. And now they have the tech, and so he can make it. I don't know. I'm not the type, like, I honestly don't think I've ever seen Kojima make something that is so novel and crazy that I assume brilliant genius savant. Done. I don't think I've ever seen him do anything quite like that. I know other people do think that, but I'm just not there. I'm not there. I think he's a good developer. He's a good developer. His issue though is that he thinks he's way better than everybody around him. So you end up in situations like in Death Stranding where there's 35-minute long cutscenes that are agonizing, where nothing is said because it's nonsense. And I can still enjoy the part of the game that's fun while still acknowledging there are huge parts of it that are just gobbledygook, you know? So who knows? Maybe this will be the time, this will be the game where I'm like, oh my God, Kojima, praise be upon him. It is breathtaking, brilliant, sophisticated, and amazing. I don't know. We'll see, though. We'll see. Let's see. I talked about the EA and Marvel Entertainment collaboration last time, I think. Basically, EA and Marvel said that they're working on a big collaboration together. We'll see what that looks like. It's like, again, 4 or 5 years before we see anything. And then, let's see. Best we got from him was PT. Well, and PT, I do think it's important to acknowledge at the time it was really cool. And the way that they released it was awesome. Like, just going in with no like knowledge, just dropping it randomly. That was cool. It was just cool. And I can appreciate that. But it's also like, I mean, it's a teaser. It's not even a full game. So like when you're not paying for something and it's free, it's pretty easy to keep it engaging and captivating. But, you know, I would agree. PT is really good. Death Stranding, I think, is probably overrated by a lot of people, and it's underrated by a lot of other people. But okay, let's watch this. You guys mentioned earlier the Atomic Heart release date trailer. Let's see what this is like. This game I've always thought looked really interesting, and I'm compelled. I'm interested. So let's see what this is like. I feel like I just had a stroke. That was just so much so quickly. Wow. And then like fast forwarded, they played it at like 2x speed for a good chunk of that. I don't know why they had to do that. But like all told, I think the only issue I have is with the editing of the trailer, because you can't really tell what's going on for most of it. But I'm still very intrigued and very interested. It looks very BioShock, and that is high praise. Like I really, really like the look of it. Russian BioShock, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, the dark and gritty, the weird art style, the high production value, I don't know what they're calling them, but it's basically like the sort of, what did they call them? BioShock. The special like magic abilities. What did they call those? Oh, it's gonna drive me crazy. Balls. What did they call those? Vigors, yes. Yes, then the plasmids and vigors, you're right. Yes, those look very, very similar. And I mean, just the art style, the look of everything, I find very interesting. I don't know what you call this like art style, but I like it. I'm a fan. It looks good. And it's coming February 21st. February is going to be a freaking sprint. But good news, look who publishes it. Focus Entertainment. I have a great relationship with Focus. They're the one publisher that's always been there for me, and from very early on in this channel, they've been willing to work with me and help me get like review codes. I think my first full-on review code came from them. So that means we can get this and we can cover it. So it's good news. Goodness. I recently finished Plague Tale Requiem. As an older sibling, it hits you in the feels. Oh yeah. For sure. Losing service. Have a good one, Luke and stream. Thomas Mullins, thanks for coming by, my friend. Appreciate you. Enjoy the pizza. This year, next year are stacked with games. They ask for two, one for me and one for a giveaway. I can't ask them that. They might do it. Who knows? Yeah, who knows? They might. Some publishers are very open to it and are like, oh, hell yeah, here's 5 copies. Have fun. Other companies are like, no. Why? No. But who knows? Maybe Focus does. The other good thing, which you might not be aware of, though, Rocky, to make it even more appealing, is that it comes day one to Game Pass. Day one. Uno day. So, if it seems even moderately interesting, it's there. Again, when you compare this to like the PlayStation service, it's just not, it's not even close. It's just not even close. Yeah, February is going to be stacked. It's weird. I really think what it is that like 3-4 years ago, February was the month where a lot of publishers would dump the games that they were kind of worried about and that they didn't think were going to do amazingly well. One of the big reasons is because advertising is a lot cheaper. So they can put it out, launch TV trailers and do this and that, and not have to worry too much about advertising costs because it's going to be a lot cheaper to run commercials and marketing stuff. That's changed. And now everybody noticed that February was kind of empty. So now everybody is throwing their game in February. And it's going to be a busy month. I'm okay with it because I remember like 4 or 5 years ago, we hit like January, February, March, April. There was literally nothing to talk about. And I was trying to do like the gaming news thing at the time, and I had nothing to do. Like I had nothing to cover or talk about. It was crazy. With how we do things now, it's nice because we can go back through our back catalog of games and we can critique other little things that we didn't do before. We can like stream games that we don't normally stream, you know, so we can have fun with it, and it's kind of a nice break from the mad rush of stuff. But like this week, you know, if we do get the review code in half an hour, then for God of War, then I'm going to be in a mad sprint through the end of this week trying to finish it and make reviews and stuff like that. But you know, then we'll get past this, and I think like we'll have Callisto Protocol. Is there any other big games coming like before the end of the year? Are there any that I'm missing? Like God of War, Callisto Protocol, Hogwarts Legacy is February. Evil West, is Evil West? I thought it got delayed. Is Evil West still coming out this year? Sonic Frontiers. Oh yeah. November 22nd. Oh dude, I need to. That's also Focus Entertainment. I can ask them about that. Let me hold on. I'm gonna unironically put this on the the to-do list. Flying Wild Hog. Does anybody know about these guys? Flying Wild Hog. Have they made anything of note? Shadow Warrior, Space Punks, Trek to Yomi. I don't think they've done anything I've tried before. Huh. But I mean, it looks really good. It looks... My buddy Caleb is going to be all about this. He loves cowboys, he loves Vermintide, and like... everything about this game is right up his alley. He's gonna lose it. And like, come on, that looks awesome. Like, I don't care who you are. That looks awesome. Come on. I'm telling you, Focus Entertainment, watch out. Focus is coming out swinging. They've just been nailing some of these games that they've put out. And they went from being like kind of unknown 5 years ago to now being one of the biggest publishers. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Bring him to the stream. Oh yeah, we will. Smashing chest animation in Evil West is straight out of God of War. Yeah, the punch thing. The same exact animation is in God of War Ragnarok. Most honestly, a lot of the animation work is identical. I honestly think what we'll probably do is we'll do like one of those things where kind of like what we did with the Arkham games. I think we're going to meld the videos together when we do two big like commentaries, because God of War 2018 and Ragnarok blend together really well. So we're going to kind of do a big saga video where we go through all of the games and break them down. By the way, did you and Caleb give up on Gotham Knights? I don't know if he did. I have not. I've been playing it in my free time, and I've been giving it as fair a shot as I can. I'm almost done with everything, and so I'm about ready to make the video we're gonna do on it. And so I'm gonna try it. Try to do like a little critique on it, because it'll be like a smaller critique, but it's basically just because there's so much stuff in there that just doesn't freaking make sense. So much crap where it's like you chose to make it as terrible as you could. Like little stuff, like even the fast travel unlocks. It's like, okay, what do players hate about open world games? Unlocking fast travel points. Okay, like Ubisoft games. You have to go climb the tower and unlock it that way. Okay. How do we make that like a lot worse? I know. What we'll do is we'll make it so there's drones flying around. Some of them you have to scan while they fly, but we're not going to tell you which ones. Others you have to wait until they land and then scan them. And once you scan all of them, then you will unlock the fast travel point, but only if you've scanned all of the drones that fly away or fly around on regularized tracks. And if you are waiting on one drone that happened to just take off right as you get to its landing pad, you have to sit there and wait for a solid 90 seconds while it completes its whole cycle around. Doesn't that sound fun? It's like, no, it doesn't. It's seriously like they asked, how do we just make the worst parts of modern open world games? How do we take that and just make it worse? You're gonna love me for this? Uh-oh. Hold on. Hold on, I'm pulling it up. You enjoyed the Avengers? Honestly, if you enjoyed the Avengers, you might like it. Oh, shoot, man. Oh, Rocky. Oh, Rocky. Rocky. PS4 2019 Collector's Edition. They're doing bids, though. So it's probably going to bid up to like $250, I would guess. It has been opened. Maybe it's split. That does look like a natural split in the plastic, though. Because this seal looks complete, but he might have just opened it from the bottom. He calls it brand new. I don't know, man. If the seal's broken, I don't think you can call it brand new. In original shrink wrap, if applicable, see the seller's listing for full details. I don't think it is, though. Brand new, but the bottom seal broke over the years. Top seal is intact, so it's never been opened. Please look at all the pictures to see if the item can. Please don't hesitate. Okay. I mean, it's not. It's true. If the bottom seal. Yeah, this is, I think, what it is. If it looks like it's a sleeve. So he is right. If it's sleeved and there's still seals on it, then it couldn't have been opened. So it would be in its original packaging. If it were not sleeved, then the bottom seal being opened could mean that he opened it from the bottom. But this looks like it's good. I liked Sekiro. I thought Sekiro was like far and away the hardest game that they've ever made. Way harder than Elden Ring, way harder than Dark Souls 3, not even close. But then again, I struggle with, like, I don't really like rhythm games, so I think that's the main thing. Because Sekiro is basically just a really fancy rhythm game. But that's mighty tempting. I'm running out of room, though, guys. I'm running out of room. Like, look at this. I've got this display cabinet. I've got one over there. I just don't have the room. I need to, like, recenter this camera. Why is it so far angled over that way? I'm, like, off center. It's supposed to be rotated, so, like, it shows more over here. That's weird. It's also really dark. Did somebody mess with my camera? I don't know. Let me show you this. This I felt really bad about. And then we'll close with this. Let me show you this. The other night, we couldn't find Hermione, my black cat. Found her at like 4 a.m. She had broken into this studio. And like the door must have been cracked or something. She pushed the door open. She came in and then she closed the door. She hopped up and closed the door behind her. And then she slept down here, like probably under the desk in the corner or somewhere where we couldn't find her when we were looking around. After a while, she realized she wanted to like get out and she was sick of it. And so she started meowing and clawing. So she started just tearing stuff up, pulling cables out from under the desk, unplugging things from the computer somehow. And then she reached underneath this like bookshelf thing with her paw and she found it's like a spider / rat trap that's all adhesive based. So it's just like a big sticky pad. And I came down to this. Come on the floor of the studio. Come on. So she had like gotten the sticky pad and then like laid on it. And then she got it off herself. But all of the loose fur and undercoat on her got ripped out. She looks fine. It's not like she has bald patches, but she got like the sticky thing on her and then she must have clawed it off and gotten it off. I was like, this is why you're not allowed in here, baby girl. Yeah, she kind of waxed herself. I felt so bad. She's done it once before. She found another one of those and she did the same thing like a year ago or whenever it was. She's just kind of stupid. And she does this and she gets herself in trouble. But could have been a lot worse. She could have broken into the lizard's cage and eaten a lizard. Honestly, I think he'd mess her up. I think the bearded dragon would do a number on her. Because they're a little ball of muscle. The cat's like kind of sweet and, you know, they've got claws, yes. But the lizard, they also have claws and they are mean when they whip their tails and stuff. I think he'd mess her up. Cats eat lizards. Yeah, I'm sure she could eat him, but she's not a huntress. She's not a wild cat. She's like a domesticated indoor cat. So I think she'd be like, oh, are you a friend? And then he would just be whack. And I think he'd put her in her place pretty quickly. Okay, one more thing. Then I do have to go for this call. Oh, are you how is this not selling like hotcakes? Marvel's Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Edition, Collector's Edition, Xbox One. Hulk bobblehead, Captain America statue. Man, I just re-downloaded this game because I wanted to try it again in an I Tried video. Black Widow belt buckle, lol. Yeah, it was just such a weird release. Just so much of it didn't make sense. It was just weird. Thoughts on Evil West? It looks freaking awesome. Looks freaking awesome. Those are my thoughts. $40. It looks pretty good. Does it come with a good game? No, it does not. What's even funnier, and then I'll go. They've sold 19 of these. So whoever this is, Pez's, maybe it's like a toy company, they bought 20 of these collector's editions and have been sitting on them. And now they're trying to offload them for $40. And I think these things were like $200 at launch. That's pretty rough, man. That's pretty rough. Honestly, like if I just had rows and rows of these display cases, and who knows, maybe eventually we'll do that, and this whole back section will just be these glass display cases, and it's just a whole wall of them. Maybe eventually I would get to the point where like this type of thing, yeah, I would jump on it and buy it and then put the statue in there as a piece of gaming history. I don't know. I did the same thing with like the Order 1886. The Order 1886 technically flopped, and I bought the collector's edition of that. It's a little piece of gaming history, you know? It's nice. Okay, I do have to go. I have to be on a call in 5 minutes, so I will call it there. If I'm back in 45 minutes, you'll know that I'm going to be sobbing and crying, so you'll know that it didn't go well and I don't have the review code. But if you don't hear from me, I did get it, and I'm going to be a very happy camper. So, moment of truth. Thanks for watching. Thanks for chilling with me. I will see you all Friday, probably, if I don't see you later today. Thank you for chilling with me. Thanks for watching. I love you all very, very, very much. And I'll see you in the next one. Hugs and kisses. Bye-bye.